But one of the things you touched on, interesting there, I mean, you can probably testify to this more, Paul, is contracts. And that's where a lot of this stems from, really, isn't it? It's the contracts, the contract types, and how that can ultimately cause lock-in. It could be another one of the red flags.
There's loads. It is a bit of a minefield when it comes to managed print contracts. There's so many different types. You've got your standard. But I mean, breaking it down, the most simple format is you buy a printer and someone services it.
Yeah.
It then gets a lot more complicated from that point onwards. You've obviously got leases. You've got all-inclusive contracts where volume is built in, and obviously going back since COVID time, as Nick mentioned, volume has decreased massively, but I'm still seeing on a day-to-day basis, volumes haven't adapted to those new environments. So you've still got customers paying well over the odds because they've got volume built in that they might have been averaging 5-6 years ago, that the supplier hasn't catered for, based on, as I said, the new environment.
And that's not industry specific, is it really? You're seeing that across the board, aren't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. In a lot of other industries as well. Now, that's not to say that all contracts are bad. Contracts are good when they're managed properly.
Yeah. And it's the right kind of contract for the right setup.
Exactly.
One type of contract now might not be the same in 5 years' time. It depends on the development, I guess, of the company.
Yeah. I've been in the industry more longer than I care to admit, really, because of
we couldn't tell.
No, I know it's been a tough paper round, but it's I've seen all different types of selling, different types of contract styles, and a lot of different suppliers that I've worked for over the years as well. Do things slightly different, which is fine. But I suppose the most common theme I saw, especially with maybe some of the larger suppliers, is they're only in it. They just want margin. They just want profit from their customers rather than work with them for a longevity partnership rather than a quick win.
Yeah, well, that kind of goes to the you just becoming a number.
Absolutely,
much larger suppliers,
and they become complacent because they expect the same amount to come from every deal every 3 or 4 years. Yeah. Whereas the customer might have changed. What was their situation 5 years ago might be completely different. They might have shrunk. They might have got rid of offices because people are now working from home or hybrid situation. So you have to then adapt. And as a managed print provider, I like to think that's what we do really, really well.
I think adding to that, if you look at the manufacturers, they're good at making product. They're good at making technology.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily as good at the ongoing service support, account management side, and the integration of that technology into back office systems and the automation of that technology. They're obviously restricted to their product portfolio, whereas an independent like us, completely impartial in the marketplace, can look at all of the technologies out there, look at what the customers do in the areas in which they need to innovate or automate, look at any of their manual processes, look to see areas in which we can digitalize those and transform their businesses. And that, combined with managed print, a cost-effective managed print solution, is where we can transform businesses. And I think that's the key thing here is it's not just a printer. It's a device that's connected to a network, which can either, looking at it from one side, is a network device which can have vulnerabilities in terms of security and access to the network, but it can also be used as a gateway, and that gateway can be used to bridge other technologies into that. So from an MPS side, it's quite a big decision for a customer to get that right, especially if they're looking at automation and bringing up their business to modern times. And that's why us as a company, we've acquired a few companies over the time. We're investing more heavily in IT services now, and we can see the future of our business. And we're understanding that the more integral we become to those customers, the better our service is. The ethos and methodology that our business has been built on, we can provide much better service the more support we have internally. And I always, as a business owner here, we've always catered for that headroom, that capacity to ensure we deliver the best level of service possible in our industry. Yeah,
and I think if you're only ever looking at your managed print provider as just the provider of print technology, you're missing an opportunity there. Definitely. I think that is what makes us different. Shameful plug, handle here, but I think that's what one of the areas that really separates us is that we're not just a provider of print and photocopy technology. but we're also going much further than that. And quite often you do see this, a separation from print and IT technology.
Yep.
That's becoming a little bit less so, but with us, obviously, there is a clear connection between those two, and it's that the benefit you get from us as a supplier, where we're able to support not just with the print technology, but with the IT, a lot of other IT solutions, and then work with you to understand, and it's that consultative approach that is at the bedrock or at the very forefront of Landor, that kind of drives that forward, so that we're working with you as a supplier. And ultimately vendor complacency, I guess, is mitigated in that way, because you've got regular check-ins with your account manager, regular growth strategies, opportunities to kind of find ways to
communication across the board, isn't it?
Yeah,
we've got multiple touch points with our clients, and I think if you look at some of the success we've had, and look, we'd want you to talk to our customers. Ultimately, we want new customers to talk to our existing customers, and that's what's key to sharing the information.